At San Antonio's Madison High School, Natalie Nalepa's track coach recognized big determination in his petite athlete.
When she ran the race, it was pretty much full bore. I mean, there wasn't a lot of strategy. I mean, if you were going to beat her, you had to be able to run as fast as she was running, no matter how fast that was.
I had the best coaches. In fact, I would not have gotten to where I did get without my coaches.
Under Coach Vi, Natalie won the 1987 3,200 meters state championship, a race that started out a little rough.
I remember starting out dead last and just kind of keeping contact with the group. And then each lap, as I would pick off somebody, I would hear the crowd. And I think that also kind of pushed me on, because, it's just kind of like, wow. And it would get louder and louder. And then I just remember, getting a photograph with my coach after the race and him having his watch and showing it to me. It was over a half a minute faster, I believe, I ran that race compared to how I'd been running the meets prior.
Natalie was heavily recruited by many top colleges, but Baylor University, home of a legendary men's team, was looking to build its women's program, and they wanted Natalie.
When you saw Natalie run, she made what she did look easy. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't easy for her. But to people that watched her, it was easy because she was so efficient, and she's extremely talented, but she was a hard worker.
Such a hard worker that when she decided to go to Baylor's nursing school in Dallas her junior year, her coaches let her train from afar.
Coach Hill just never gave up. He's like, no, you can do it. And he kept the lines of communication and this was right when the fax machine was first coming out, probably in the early 90s. Started faxing me workouts all the time.
Well, I would put together the workouts, and then we would talk on the phone. We would talk about the workouts. Not every athlete would be given that privilege to do that.
Natalie trained on her own and got herself to the meets, and once there, she flew. At Baylor, Natalie Nalepa was a 5-time NCAA All-American. She was the school's first 3-sport All-American and 7-time Southwest Conference champ in track and cross country. In 1991, she won 5 conference titles, the indoor mile and 3,000 meters, and the outdoor 1,500, 3,000, and 5,000 meter races. She was named the Southwest Conference Athlete of the Decade in all sports for the 90s. Natalie qualified for 3 Olympic trials and still holds the record for the Austin Capital 10K set in 1997. And she's already in the Baylor and Southwest Conference Halls of Fame.
Thank you all so much.
Talent is one thing, but what separates good athletes from great athletes is not just the talent, it's the determination and the ability to push yourself and to be willing to do that. Natalie did that.
It's really hard to measure an athlete's heart. I mean, you can measure their speed, you can measure their desire, you can see that, but you can't measure the heart.
It's Natalie Nalepa's talent and heart that have earned her a place in the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame.